8 of the worst things about being an ENTJ. ENTJs, do you sometimes feel like you're the only one who understands what's going on in the world? If you're not familiar with Myers-Briggs personality types, that stands for extroverted, intuitive, thinking, and judging. We are a rare type of personality and make up only about 3% of the population. And while there are a lot of perks to being an ENTJ, there are also some downsides that nobody ever talks about. So in this video, I'm going to list off 8 of the worst things about being an ENTJ. Thank you for watching another Life Nuggets video. If you are enjoying our content, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. You're always the one in charge, and people often expect you to have all the answers. There's something to be said for being highly independent, organized, and visionary. But with those great qualities come certain drawbacks. If you are an ENTJ, you know that one of the biggest ones is having to always be the one in charge, and having people expecting you to have all the answers. Sure, your leadership skills and quick thinking can sometimes be a blessing in disguise. But no one wants to always be responsible for making all the decisions or know all there is to know about every situation. On days like that, it pays to remember that it is okay not to have it all figured out. You're direct and honest, which can sometimes be seen as rude. For ENTJs, being boldly upfront about their opinions in life is just part and parcel of who they are. But as many have experienced firsthand, that level of directness can sometimes be viewed as downright rude. It's a trait that can leave people feeling taken back, and some even get offended by it. In many cases, the intention wasn't there to make them feel bad, they just need something to be said in a very clear way so everyone is on the same page. Unfortunately, folks sometimes don't understand the method to the madness and can take offense. All we can do is explain our intentions better, but anyone feeling directly affected might still need some time to process how things went down. You have a lot of energy and are always moving forward. Being an enthusiastic and forward-thinking ENTJ can be great, but it also has its drawbacks. Trying to keep up with their ever-flowing energy and taking on too many projects can be overwhelming for people in this personality type. This often results in having too little time to focus on the important things or simply taking a break. Our message to ENTJs is that it's all right to slow down sometimes. Just remember, you don't have to take life at 100 miles an hour all of the time. You're not very good at relaxing or taking it easy. For those who fit the ENTJ personality type, there may not be much rest or relaxation in their future. ENTJs tend to be quite work-oriented, which often leaves little time for simply hanging out and having fun. While this can be beneficial for getting things done, it does mean that ENTJs don't always have a lot of practice with slowing down and taking it easy, something others might seem to do effortlessly. It's not that they don't know how to relax, it's just that they don't choose to very often. On the upside, if you need something accomplished quickly and efficiently, an ENTJ is probably your best bet. People often mistake your intensity for anger. If you're an ENTJ, then you know just how frustrating it can be when people mistake your intensity for anger. After all, they don't call it the commander type for nothing. While expressing emotions clearly is something ENTJs can be weak at, those same feelings can come off as overwhelming and intimidating to others. If only they took a moment to get to know you, and their misconceptions would be dispelled in no time. Until then, just remember that being an ENTJ isn't something that's easy, but that doesn't mean it can't be fun and rewarding. You like to be in control of everything, which can be stressful. As an ENTJ, it's quite clear that control is your middle name. You like to make sure life is going according to plan and that everything is structured and organized in just the right way. Sure, this can often be helpful in a pinch, but even with the best of intentions, it can quickly become stressful. Don't let a desire for control take too much power over your world. Sometimes it's good to loosen up and let life take you on an unexpected journey. You get bored easily and need constant stimulation. ENTJs need stimulation like puppies need exercise, a lot and often. It's what they thrive off of. Without it, they become incredibly bored and restless. Unsolicited advice: if you're an ENTJ, make sure you switch up your routine every now and then. Whether that be by trying out new hobbies or taking up a foreign language, anything to keep your mind active and engaged. boredom is the enemy, so stay one step ahead of it. You're not very good at expressing your feelings. ENTJs might pride themselves on having leadership skills and being strategic thinkers, but when it comes to expressing their emotions, they often fall flat. They don't necessarily break into tears of joy at the sight of a pink sunset or pen sad poetry about failed relationships, no matter how hard they want to share their feelings. Something always gets in the way. Showing enthusiasm can be awkward for ENTJs because they feel a strong need to remain logical and level-headed instead of being seen as overbearing or too much. Unfortunately, if you're an ENTJ trying to let down your guard and get emotionally vulnerable, it's easier said than done. Being an ENTJ can sometimes feel like being stuck between a rock and a really loud mouth. It's not easy to always have the gumption to lead, when every time you open your mouth you feel like you're inviting judgment, or having the seemingly unstoppable energy that gets things moving but often leads to unrealistic expectations of yourself. Even with all these pros and cons, nothing is worse than going full steam ahead and then coming up against a brick wall of reality because you weren't prepared for the other 900 decisions needed to get something done. I hope this video helps show even just a little bit why being an ENTJ isn't quite as straightforward as we make it out to be. Subscribe for more videos reflecting on personality types.